Hey everyone, how's it going? The video you're about to watch is um a bit outdated, to say the least. due the due sorry, due to the nature of the interviews that I do with uh people, um, it's taken me a very long time to get something that I'm okay and proud to release. I guess I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this. I also want to be careful with the things that I release as well, not just for myself but for those involved. And also, I don't know, I have a lot of ideas that I want to do, but not the know-how or the ability to do it yet. And it definitely has hung on me the fact that I really, really, really want to do some certain things for these things, but I just don't have the ability to do that. But I am happy with what I have so far. Hopefully, I get to roll out what I do want to do soon, possibly with a different project. But that said, I thought it'd be best to release what I have now. Dark is an incredibly special person to me. He has helped me through, honestly, a lot this year, and I'm very glad to call him my friend. We recently met up um, back in the beginning of December, and I had such a good time meeting him. Dark, if you're watching this, congratulations on 2K, um, for your Twitch channel. It is incredible to see how fast you've been growing, how you engage with your community. You are incredibly genuine, and you are a blast to be around. I honestly cannot think of a time. Um, I cannot think of a world where I don't know you anymore, and it's daunting to me, and it's really put a lot of things into perspective. Um, very much like King, and I'm actually really glad I met King too, because I met King because through meeting King and through having that friendship, I got to meet you, and that is insane. I am so happy with how you are advancing in this, not career, but in this field. How much you've grown, not just in your art, but as a person. And I can't wait to see what else you come up with and what else you can do. Without further ado, like I said, this is the first one of 3 videos where I talk with Dark. And the first one is definitely a little hard to watch, but nevertheless, it is the first time I get to actually interact and talk with Dark on a one-on-one basis. And I figured I'd show that to you guys. I hope I can continue to do this, hopefully in a much faster way. But I am just one dog. I am just one dog scurrying away on their computer, trying to record these things and trying to do these things that right now is a little hard. But nonetheless, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching, and go support Dark Scintilla. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye now.
Hi, welcome everybody to another episode. Today we have the elusive, incredible Incineroar, who has honestly been a really cool person to watch on Twitch. Give it up for Dark Scintilla.
Wait, what? What the hell? What am I doing here? Wait a freaking second. How am I in? Oh shit! I'm in Incineroar. Shit. Last time I remember, I was just coming out of class.
Anyway, I guess maybe we should start with the introductions. Who are
Okay.
you?
You guys can call me Dark Scintilla. I am an Incineroar VTuber. I also am a cat tiger combo too. So I stream on Twitch and yeah.
Oh, well, would you look at that? An Incineroar. Pokemon would love to talk to you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I know this is very crazy. This is definitely a first time kind of thing, but like, I don't know. I guess I should start off with, how did you get into Twitch streaming in the first place?
I came on the Twitch because of an animator from an industry animator, and I followed them for about, I want to say 2 years before a year before I made an account. Then I was active in their chats, and then one day they just stopped streaming because they had work. They went back to their job in LA, and I was following them and 2 other people and a Fox in Space. And one day I just started streaming around. For the first time, actually checked recommendations, and I ran Elusive's channel and then Snarky's channel, and yeah, like watching them actually was the push for me to start streaming on Twitch. Snarky in general was the reason why I ultimately decided.
That's super cool. I would never have known that you were just a watcher. That's for sure. I definitely like the way you manage yourself on your streams. Definitely seems like you've been doing it for a while. I'll tell you that much.
It probably helped because I taught online for a year and a half because of COVID.
Corona, yeah.
So a lot of the way how I stream is the way how I was also teaching online, and I miss that.
Oh, well, I could definitely tell that a lot of people enjoyed the online classes, or at least that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Not everyone, but I do know a majority did like. At least on my end. I guess that can I question who the animator in question is?
Kalen Whitfield is their name, but they go by JazLyte.
Oh, I think I've heard their name before.
He made an animation called Kill Wolfie. And before I got into the fandom and everything, I used to watch his stuff, and I thought his stuff was cool. And then he ended up being like an animator for a bunch of shows I watched. I'm like, oh, and yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had ideas of ever, I guess, joining the animation industry of some sort, in some sort of way?
Before I became a teacher, I actually wanted to go into an art field, and animation was something I actually did like. It just wasn't worth the money, and I got pushed into doing other things, and I couldn't do what I wanted.
Don't. I can definitely sympathize with that. If I could be a little open with myself, I definitely wanted to also go into the art industry at one point. It was a fleeting dream at the time. You mentioned, right? You're a teacher?
Yeah.
Like how is that? Is it rough? Is it tough?
It sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks. Streaming has actually been like what kept me sane last year. For the most part. My last year's classes were probably some of my worst ones. Like I've thought about quitting many times. More so since we went back in person.
I see. What kind of, I guess, kids do you teach? Do you take, well, I say take care of, but that's like not your job. Your job is to teach some things, not to take care of them.
Oh no, we're basically treated like babysitters.
Oh yeah.
I teach high school English. So I teach freshmen, so 9th graders.
The worst.
And I've taught freshmen for, I want to say 8 of my 10 years working as a teacher.
Oh, 8 years working as a teacher?
Technically, it would be 10 years because I also long-term covered for a teacher as well. But I've taught pretty much every grade level so far. And I've also had 8 advanced placement classes and I specialize mostly in the grade levels where they're transitioning to like different points in their lives. 9th grade and 12th grade were my specialty.
Incredible. You said streaming has really helped you a lot when it came to, I guess, decompressing from your job. I guess, but I also know there's been a few issues that have arisen from your streaming.
You make it sound like it's a bad thing. So yeah, I've had like 2 big scares since I started streaming. The first one happened right around my 1-year anniversary back in. Sorry, I hit that mic. I hit the 1-year anniversary back in July. The day of my 1-year anniversary, like the day I was supposed to stream my 1-year mark.
Yeah.
I lost my internet.
Oh.
And then my Discord server got hacked and completely destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had to fix that. But my Discord account was fine. My really, really old Discord account was fine. But my server, not savable. It was done.
You got a new
and that taught me how to like properly manage my Discord. And it's weird because I've had Discord for years, but I never knew how unsafe bots were. And yeah, I had friends who came in and they helped me out with setting it up. And I got my server back up in a span of a week. And it was, in the new server, honestly, in my opinion, is way better than the first one.
That's great.
And then,
yeah,
and then the thing that happened on Thursday, I got my account got compromised, and an extension, ironically, another freaking bot, an extension I installed back before I became affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought I was gonna use it because my friend used it, and I never installed like activated. It was just deactivated in my channel thing. Took over my chat and posted links to a Discord server and a bunch of explicitives. They used words I would never use, and they used my account. That was the scary part. And then the next day,
mm-hmm.
my password after I reset everything got automatically reset.
Oh. So you think they had access to your Twitch account?
They did. They actually got access to my Twitch account. And it wasn't just me. I know other people who had the same issue that didn't uninstall the bot.
Yeah.
The next day also had their password reset a second time.
Ooh.
I was panicking, but I was fine because anything that handles like major accounts such as my Twitch account or my financial services, they all use their own special password because I'm hyper focused on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I should probably get on that too.
Yeah, I have a little booklet with all my passwords. And most of my passwords are like over 50 to 60 characters long.
A whole sentence.
Oh yeah. I used to write full sentences for my passwords for a job I used to hate.
I guess my next question would be, where does the name Dark Scintilla come from?
So I used to use like these dumb add-ons to my names back when I was like a dumb teenager and a dumb college student and a dumb 20-something-year-old. And so I used to add like something like true in front of my name or something else, like an add-on to say, hey, this is me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't use that anymore. So and the name I wanted was actually taken. So the last part, Scintilla, is actually an attack from Final Fantasy Crisis Core, Dissidia Crisis Core. It's Sephiroth's attack, which is Scintilla, which is a guard, and it's like a little. What it means is fleck, or a small piece of something, or a small quality of something. And then I came up with the idea is to add dark, so a small dark quality, or a small piece of darkness.
I see. That's why you revel in the darkness.
Yeah, it's just like it's perfect because then I ended up becoming a Incineroar.
Oh, it was a dark fighting type or fire type.
Yeah. So it's just like it was like a happy coincidence. It all fell together, and like I was really happy that then I found out someone made another account on Twitch with my name, so I had them taken care of.
Whoa. You had them taken care of. What do you mean? Do you
Don't
wanna...
worry, they don't exist anymore.
Moving on. I guess that leads me to, I guess you mentioned Final Fantasy, right?
Yes, I'm actually a big fan of Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. Actually, I'm a big fan of Kingdom Hearts stuff and Final Fantasy stuff. And yeah, I'm a JRPG nerd.
I do notice there's a race going on on your channel.
Yes, I'm in a race with a crazy baby and a a very what's the word?
Sneaky.
Affirmative hungry wolf.
We
who
had him
loves
on the show previously.
Yes, I've heard. That's probably how I just got like tsundere into this is that what it's called? No, isekai'd into this freaking body right here. Can I reach my tail? Reach my tail? Oh, I can actually reach it. Oh, hey, I can actually reach it.
What a tale. I guess that leads me to the question of, I guess, how did you... I guess... Because I know a little bit about King, and I know a little bit about Woofles' love for Final Fantasy X and a bunch of other Final Fantasy games, and King's love for Kingdom Hearts, because they mentioned that they initially first began because of their I think fathers, or even just just family playing the game and enjoying it and loving it. Is that very similar to the reason why you got so in deep into the Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts?
Not really. My dad was more shooters, and my brother was the same way. And I kind of got into JRPGs when I was younger, so I kind of like always liked them. If I didn't find Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts, I probably would have been a platform player.
Ooh.
Like heavy platform player. Kingdom Hearts was the trailer, the commercial that came out on TV. I was like 14 years old when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And the Utada Hikaru song and the freaking unknown mystery, what the hell I was looking at, was what drew me in. And no, I was 15, I'm sorry. I'm older. So then my 16th birthday, I got the game. I went to go visit my cousins, and I got to play the entire game on my birthday, and I defeated the game in like a week during spring break. And I got the game before I had a PlayStation 2 and before I had a TV of my own. And then I enjoyed every living shit out of it and played it probably like a gazillion times before Kingdom Hearts 2 ever came out. But Final Fantasy was actually a father-like figure I had. And he actually developed my taste in a lot of video games.
I see.
So he got me into Final Fantasy X, which was my first proper Final Fantasy. And my first Final Fantasy was Tactics Advanced, which was on the Game Boy Advance. And I bought that because of him. So with my allowance that I got from cleaning their houses every week, I went out and bought the game, and that was like one of my first Final Fantasy games I bought.
Whoops. My battery's dying.
Oh.
All right, sweet.
But yeah, my very first full Final Fantasy game was Final Fantasy X, and I played that a lot growing up. The father figure I had, he created a tradition for me that I kept up until I was like in my mid-20s, where I played the game again every year to remember the story and then make fun of it. So that, along with Xenosaga and the Dot Hack franchise, I would replay those on a regular basis when I had a lot of free time. And it was always fun replaying them. Yeah.
What other games are... Well, you said JRPGs, I guess. What other games in, I guess, when it comes to JRPGs have you grown up with?
Stuff I grew up with was Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong Country, the Furry-Verse saga, or the Legacy of King series.
Yeah.
Legacy of King was actually my very first like 3D game that I played.
Huh.
and I was like stupidly invested in. The whole story with Raziel, oh my god, and that was the game that got me into voice acting.
You have a
So that
really
was
good
the-
voice for that too.
I don't think I do.
I think you have an amazing voice.
Me myself, I haven't voice acted before, but like that game got me the notice voice actors.
Oh.
I learned my favorite voice actor ever was Tony J before he passed away.
Oh.
And I can tell you right now, if you play something that he's in, I can probably tell you it's him. I have a really good ear for Tony J's voice, and I can spot out the impersonator. And the impersonators are getting really good too.
Can you give an example?
So for instance, Tony J voiced the character Claude Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh.
He's been dead since 2006. And so the very first media since Tony J died that included Frollo was in 2013, or sorry, 2012 when Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance came out.
Yeah.
So they actually had to recast the voice actor. And he was really close, but he just couldn't get the yelling sounds of him. Like to the point where, because I used to run a Tony J fan page, where his family members actually reached out to me asking for more details because I actually talked about it on the fan page.
Really?
Yeah, I used to have a Tony J website and a fan page before I decided just to end it.
Oh, that's
because
so cool.
The people were getting kind of creepy, and I'm just like, no, this is Facebook kind of ruined pages.
Oh yeah.
And I had to like block it from a specific country because they got way too disturbing. Like obsessive disturbing. And I find it funny despite the fact that I was running a fan page.
Yeah. The irony.
Yeah, it was like one country that got upset because he played a character that was based on their as a real life historical figure from their country.
Mm-hmm.
And they hated him for his portrayal for it. And there was one that got really, 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 really creepy and would get upset if I didn't go and do interviews all the time. I'm like, nope, I'm done. Like almost a decade running, it was enough.
Oh yeah, I can tell. But that's cool. I didn't know he voiced Claude Frollo.
Tony J was the voice I heard in almost every cartoon growing up. Almost every cartoon. He was Shere Khan. Oh shit, that's probably the reason why I like tigers.
He's learning even more about himself.
Shere Khan was my favorite character from in Tailspin.
I didn't grow up with too many I guess TV shows like that. I guess that leads me to you're currently working on a new character, correct? It's still you.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about that? Do you have lore about him? We went through the conception of creating a persona when it came to Woofles and how he even chose his persona and stuff like that. In what ways did that align with you? Why did you choose Incineroar, and why did you choose, I guess, a cat?
Well, I really like Incineroar. It's like one of my favorite characters from Pokemon. Honestly, like the moment he was leaked, I said, "Oh, let it be real. Let it be real. Please let it be real." I was one of the few people who was believing the leaks were real. And when it was released, I'm like, instant favorite. Sorry, everything about it is perfect. And then his Pokedex entry is like, oh god, it's like they just went into my life and just took everything from my life.
You went. He's like me. He's like me.
It's like me for real.
For real.
So when I first got into streaming before, like it was probably like a month in, and I wasn't all into this fandom yet, fully accepting it. And I got stuck in a house longer than I was expecting. And that left me with a lot of time to draw. So I got a sketchbook and I sketched Incineroar for instance. The first thing I sketched in the book was Incineroar.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? I could probably do something with this. And so I sketched my first concept for what would become my PNG model, which I had very bad control over because the program I used sucked. um, but I made Scintilla, which was a tiger and a cat hybrid. And chat lovingly calls him Pentagon Cat. Or that Gumball character ripoff.
No. Oh no.
Which I had to prove to them he doesn't look anything like Gumball.
Did it work out? Did you actually prove that?
Yeah, I actually showed it on stream last week. Before the hack, actually.
Oh wow.
So I was that for, I want to say 5 months. No, 4 or 5 months, because it took me a long time before I got the ability to draw a little bit better. And one of my mods, WD Gaster, gifted me a gift program actually, called oh god, what is that program called? A Sprite? Yeah. And I drew my current PNG model through that. And I already decided that, like, in the early concept, what characters I wanted to have influenced my actual OC. And the number one was this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't have the skills to draw him the way I want. And every time I see him, I cringe. But yeah, my goal was to originally kill off Scintilla and not use him ever again.
Yeah.
And I started with the plan to go to Incineroar probably around October. I drew a picture that became a profile picture for far too long. And probably a week before I met you and King, actually, I went Incineroar. And that was the week I became affiliate.
Oh,
and it was right. And that was my surprise for going affiliate to my channel. So it took me 5 months to become an affiliate. And once I got that, I rebranded and I started redoing my scenes and setups. I took it a little bit more seriously, and I've been having fun with it ever since. And now I'm going back to Scintilla.
I mean, I believe you mentioned this in your streams, right? You are currently planning to make your own fursuit, I believe.
Yes.
Is that going to be Scintilla, or is that going to be Dark Scintilla?
I would like both.
Yeah.
I would like both, to be honest. This is going to be a little bit more money, honestly, and I think I want to commission that.
Yeah.
There's someone I want. Yeah, there's someone I want to commission, but ethic-wise, on my end, I'm not sure how comfortable I am with someone who makes the M-word suits.
No, mersuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not sure how I'm comfortable with that, but on the other hand, their stuff is amazing.
I mean, think of it this way, right? If you're in suit and you really need to go,
I don't want to know that.
Just, you know.
But my own I'm going to be making. I have everything for the legs. The head's currently it's in the waiting list until it's finished, and then it's going to get shipped out hopefully in November.
Yeah.
The goal is I'm going to build that up on stream, and it's going to be completely built on stream, with the exception to like the base and certain things I buy. And the only thing I might buy would be these.
Yeah.
And that.
Okay.
Yeah. I found someone who actually makes something that's pretty close to what I want for the hands. So I might actually commission them if they can do it in the colors I want.
I see. Speaking of projects, you've been working on a pretty good amount of stuff, or I believe you have. There was
I'm a busy dude.
I believe there was a certain sword that you were working on. How's that going?
Yes. So the acrylic I have, I encountered some issues when I was making it. So I didn't have the right color for it, and so it didn't set the way I expected it to. So I decided to see the breaking point on it, and now I'm having it sit out in areas to see how badly it ages.
Yeah.
So I want to make something that's going to last for a long time, because my goal is to make at least 6 of them, and if I like the process of making it, I might turn it into an Etsy shop thing and charge.
Oh no, dude, go for it.
And it's
it's pretty cool.
It's not that bad to make, actually. So my first one, I stopped halfway through because there was some errors in it. So it got too thin. So yeah, and then I realized I forgot something in it, and so like, yeah, there goes that. So I have to order a few more parts. I tested out a few things, and I'm gonna rebuild the silicone mold and try again.
I see.
In other words, when I did the mold, I forgot an area to smooth out, and so there was lines from the 3D print.
I guess that leads me to, I guess I literally just jumped into this and I never explained. You do crafts, you do cosplays, right?
Yeah. I used to be a very avid cosplayer.
How long have you been doing it for?
I cosplayed almost every year after high school, up until I was about 24. Then I stopped because I moved, and I stopped cosplaying because my roommate shamed me out of it.
Oh my god!
So he doesn't really approve of like a lot of stuff I do. So that's why I don't even talk about furry shit or anything. Though I'm pretty sure he knows at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, my walls aren't particularly soundproof. But yeah, he actually shamed me out of doing cosplays, and so for like a few years I didn't do anything for conventions. I stopped going to conventions, and the only time I ever did a cosplay was during Halloween.
Yeah.
And even then I always had to keep the cost low because I was actually kind of poor. My favorite though was Steven Universe. I did Tiger Millionaire. Yes, I know, Tiger. As Woofles will probably tell you, it was written all over the place that I was clearly gonna fall into this fandom.
No, yeah.
I was like always teetering on the edge.
Do you want to talk about that?
I should have been in a long time ago. Like probably like a decade or two ago. If it was more prominent back when I was in high school, I probably would have been one like well into this.
Oh yeah, furries are mainstream now, kind of. Not entirely, obviously, but they do have some media power, I've heard.
Yes, I actually met some in person.
Oh, really?
Actually, that actually work in different industries. I met a couple of people who work for Disney. The streamer who brought me the Twitch, him and his friend are both furries. In fact, he is probably like one of the reasons why I kind of like fell more and more into it. And he would, and before I even like said I was,
yeah,
he would tell me on his streams like, "No, dude, you're a furry.
You're a furry.
He's like, "No, you're here. You're a furry." And I'm like, I'm not, dude. I'm not. I just like your art.
Just like your art.
I liked his art. His art was very expressive, and it was really, really good. And I didn't care about the contents of his art. I didn't care some of his. Huh?
Shout him out.
If you want to, I can send you his info later.
Yeah. We'll put it up on the screen right here.
He does animations, and he works for various different industries. And if I can ever thank him in person, or thank him like get to talk to him again on a stream, I would actually tell him that, hey, you're one of the primary reasons why I'm in this community now. So he hasn't streamed in almost a year.
I guess the industry has been getting bigger and bigger and much more demanding. That's for sure.
Yeah. He actually lives not too far from us, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he lives in LA.
I mean,
I kind of unintentionally ran into him and his friend one time. They stopped somewhere and they were on a road trip to a mountain near me.
oh,
And I was just like, your voice sounds familiar. I've heard you before. Because he voices almost all of his characters. And his friend also voices another character from his animations.
oh,
And when he was on stream one day, he was talking about, I'm like, I was too afraid to tell him, like, I think I ran into you at a gas station. I literally think I ran into him at a gas station. This is still towards the end of quarantine.
wow.
But yeah, and then
yeah,
I still wasn't into it until I found Snarky and Lucif.
yeah.
Lucif like opened my eyes to what VTubing was.
Oh yes, Lucif. I know that name.
Him follow me on Twitch. He followed me on Twitch one day, like recently.
Yeah.
And then he raided into me later in the week.
Oh my
And I
God.
was just like, I'm still blown away by that. He was the first furry streamer, like the actual furry streamer I ever followed. and I still don't know why I followed him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I was bored, maybe because he was on my recommendations. And I was going through and clearing out my blocks and everything, because I had a lot of categories and stuff blocked off, and a lot of furry stuff was blocked off. So after that hack, I was clearing out stuff that I probably would have never watched like a year ago that I will watch now.
Yeah.
But I think his personality, how nice he was on stream, how open he was, and the expressiveness of his Rexolium model
Oh yeah.
was what drew me in. And then a week later, because this was after my birthday actually last year,
Mm-hmm.
I found Snarky, and he was also my recommended,
Mm-hmm.
and it took me a little bit to follow him. I think I needed at least a day or two to like sit and watch his streams, and like Snarky was the first streamer I actually like studied because his model was so unique.
Mm-hmm.
Before I even asked him, I got an idea where his model was based off of. It was based off of an old Japanese anime,
Yeah.
a CGI anime called Poppy the Performer.
Uh-huh.
And he was a wolf in a digitized mask, but it looked like Katamono's mask from Poppy the Performer. I followed him. I had no idea who he was playing with one night, and I still talk to him about this. Like, and I'm like, dude, can you tell me what the hell you were playing? I don't know what you were playing. And his friend, he comes to my streams too, and he doesn't even remember what they were playing. I'm like, there's no videos on it. There's no clips on it. I looked everywhere for this dumb game. It's like, this is what I was watching for like 2 days, and then he started playing what's that game he likes? The Lafayette Mall game. Oh shoot. Dead Rising.
Oh, Dead Rising.
He loves Dead Rising. And I played Dead Rising a lot when it first came out. Like I sat there, I watched him play, I helped him out with some areas out, and I followed him when I was on a work trip
Mhm.
at the end of June. And Snarky and Lucif were the first channels I subscribed to, and I still subscribe to them to this day. I was really happy to subscribe to their channels. Just watching Snarky's channel go from barely hitting 400 people
Yeah.
to exploding to 2.5 thousand.
That's crazy. And
In,
I mean,
in a span of a year.
and I mean, I also have to kind of commend that to you as well. You started off, I remember, a little bit less than 400 when you raided into King that one night when I was also in the chat, I believe.
Far less.
Far less even. And King was, I
I-
think, at his 500 goal already. And
He
then
was about to hit his 400 actually.
that's the 400 I was talking about.
And I was just barely getting to 100. I was like under 100 when I met King.
Yeah. And I have to commend you for that, because like it's insane how fast you've been growing. Obviously you've been putting a lot of time, a lot of dedication into your streams, and I definitely have to say I definitely enjoy the vibe and just the general calmness that you bring whenever you do stream.
It's still weird how quickly it's gone. I mean, like it's hard to believe that it's gone that, like it's grown that much. And I want to keep going. I want to make the channel as better, as good as I can make it. I mean, I'm not shooting for partner
Yeah.
purposely. I'll accept it if it happens.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I'm just enjoying it, and I just want to like have fun with it.
Yeah.
So, not having the emotes I want. There's so many emote slots I would love to have, but I
Yeah.
can't have it because
Only partners get that many.
I was telling my chat after my subathon that they got cheated.
Yeah.
I felt they got cheated. They got me 622 subs during my subathon,
Oh
and they
my
didn't even
God.
get any more slots. I already had all the slots unlocked at the time.
Wow.
I was all like going into the subathon like, oh my god, I get to make more emotes. And then I'm like, oh, I'm done with emotes.
You need to be partner for that.
I'm still rather upset about that. And I was really happy to get emotes and be able to have my own Incineroar emotes. And if I ever do make partner, because my plan is to replace all my emotes with Scintilla ones, I still want to keep Incineroar.
Oh yeah.
So I already promised my chat I'm keeping every emote, and I'm going to be uploading them up as I go to. And I'm even making my own sticker pack.
I guess, do you have any, I guess, advice for anyone who, I guess, is looking into beginning to stream?
Don't go into it with the expectation that you're going to be successful. People don't owe you anything. Don't expect people to watch your streams. Even if you have just your bot in the chat.
Yeah.
Stream like you're streaming to 100. It's just like teaching. You might have a class of 36, but only like 1 or 2 of them are actually paying attention. And I'm saying this with experience. And the thing that matters, when all those little monsters go away, you'll still have those 2 that liked your class and will always say good things about your class.
You know, that was surprisingly wholesome.
But yeah, just like seriously, don't expect to be big and famous overnight. It's something you got to do it. And if you don't like it, if you're not happy with how it's going, why stream? Just do it if it makes you happy. And I say this because I've seen other streamers burn out. And advice I got from other streamers that I'm friends with: don't compare yourself to others. It's just, yes, you're going to compare.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always that little healthy competition, but don't get upset if someone else is doing better than you. For me, when I see one of my friends and they're doing really, really good, yeah, I'll get a little jealous, but I'm happy for them because they're actually making it.
Yeah. I like that a lot. I do want to backtrack a little bit because we mentioned Elusive, and you mentioned how you began to see how Vrchat was what you could do with Vrchat, right?
He was my first exposure to Vrchat, technically.
Yeah, and we currently are in Vrchat. Look at us.
Yeah, he was my first exposure to Vrchat and VTubing in general. I've never seen a VTuber before, like a VTuber like him before, until I just jumped into his stream.
Yeah.
And I watched his VR night. He told me to come back for his VR night. And I was just blown away by the crap I saw over the 2 weeks I followed him.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I want to see more of the Vrchat. And then he started playing Red Dead Redemption 2. And like, oh, this is fun. I'll watch this and like enjoy the living shit out of his streams. I've never missed it. I've only missed 2 of his streams for the entire year I followed him.
Yeah.
Same thing with Snarky. I've only ever missed like one or 2 streams of his the entire time I followed him too. Snarky got me into VRChat, so he actually invited me to play.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you
and
join on desktop at the time, or did you have a VR headset?
yeah, desktop. And Snarky talked about how VR was really fun,
Yeah.
even though he hates it himself. It's a hassle. I'll be honest, it's a hassle.
No, I definitely can understand that when I got my VR headset too.
So I went hunting for my VR headset, and I found one at a pawn shop, Oculus 2.
Oh,
And
lucky.
and I only paid like 120, 160 bucks in total.
No, lucky.
And the only takeaway was it was gross as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to manually, by hand, clean every crevice on this thing because it was greasy.
No wonder no one bought it.
Well, it's also the UK model, so it has less storage space.
But I'm assuming you got a link cable for that.
Did not. It's wireless. I'm completely wireless, but my internet's really good, so I'm good. So, Snarky got me in the VRChat later in the year. Later after I got in for the first time, I got an Oculus. I learned the difference between PC and Oculus and Quest really quickly. And then I joined the fandom.
All VR chat. Look at that.
And would you believe I have not even ever really, I don't even have really any furry models on VR chat.
They're all Pokemon, which technically are furries.
Pokemon, yeah. Pokemon, Frog, Fortnite furries, a Yeen. Oh, never mind. I got one.
Oh,
I got one.
Look at him.
I take it back. I got one. I lie.
He lied.
I lied.
I guess going back to VR, right? You mentioned that you were surprised about what you could do with VR. Did you ever think of puppeteering yourself?
I do. That's actually something I want to do.
Yeah.
So I do want to. So there's another streamer I met through Gamoot Feather streams.
Oh.
And Gamoot's another good friend of mine. There's another streamer who's also a graphic designer and a computer. What would it be called? He's able to do stuff with computers. I'm an English teacher. Cut me some slack.
Computer science.
Computer science, probably. But
IT.
I was watching him rig his model for puppeteering,
Oh.
and my friends are all in the live 2D, and I get that. I like live 2D. You can do a lot with live 2D.
Mm-hmm.
But what this guy was doing with 3D modeling, oh, I want to do it too.
Was he?
I love everything he's doing.
Was he rigging a 3D model?
He was rigging a 3D model.
Wow.
He was building the scenes. He was building like transitions. He was having seating stuff. He was doing jiggle physics as he's moving.
Oh my god.
And then Woofles took it a step further by rating the OK Donuts. And that dude has full rigging.
Yeah.
I was just I'm still blown away by that. It was like 3 weeks ago.
Full rigging. Is that like a suit where you would wear and it would like rig
I have
everything?
no idea.
Or is that just
I have no
trackers?
idea. He either has really good trackers or he has something else going on. Because he got up and he was standing, you could see him walking and everything
Oh yeah.
while streaming. But yeah, getting the VR chat like changed a lot of things. And it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's because I have a really good perception to like pretend.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm able to go and dream real easily. Because I go into lucid dreams like it's nothing. But like I'm able to like put aside the fact that it's not there and actually like imagine it. That's the cool thing about VR chat. I'm able to do that.
Yeah. Do you get fandom sense as well?
When I first did VR chat, yes, I did. That it was weird. Like someone walking behind me in the model, I can almost sense that.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they're not really there, like having someone walk near it gives that like that chill down your spine.
There's this weird perception, right, that you get. I definitely felt phantom sense in a weird way, not like as in like people touching me or like going through me and I'm feeling a presence. It mainly happens with just me going through an object. For some reason I get phantom sense in that way. But recently I got pet in VR, and that definitely did trigger some phantom sense.
I got that once too. I'm gonna be honest, that was weird. Another streamer I know that I'm good friends with, like, did the little head pat thing, and he's like, "Oh, your model doesn't react." I was like, "Oh, it was kind of a weird sensation."
Yeah. If I could talk a little bit more about VR on my end, right? I definitely I got VR because I first of all, I thought VR was really stupid. I thought it looked really dumb. I was like, man, these people are just putting on headsets and believing they're actually dogs on the internet. Wow.
That's my roommate's belief what VR chat is.
And then I got into the desktop VR scene. I'm like, man, this is really cool. And I'm like, man, I would really like to experience being, quote unquote, experience being there. So that's when I started looking into VR headsets. And I got the HTC Vive because I hear that those have really good tracking. And the headset is durable, it's nice, long cable, and you can go wireless later on if you decide to. It also has, like, I think face tracking and eye movement tracking too. So, like,
Oh, I'm jealous.
yeah, so or at least they're add-ons, right? That you can get later on.
I have full body tracking coming.
Mhm.
It's just been delayed for like the 5th time. I get Slime VR coming in, and it's just like, I've been dying to be able to move my legs.
Mhm. Right now, I don't have full body tracking. It's only the controllers and the headset. But I do.
I can get one leg moving. I can get one leg moving, and that's with a Joy-Con.
Oh, you figured that one out?
I figured it out. It's just a pain in the butt, and I need more Joy-Cons.
Just buy the broken ones that people just dump on the internet.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But now people are buying them for VR.
Yes.
For VR chat.
When I literally went to YouTube and like, full body tracking, what is it? And then I saw a Joy-Con video, and I saw that people can use Joy-Cons for full body tracking, and I was just like, I need that. I want that. But yeah, it's an experience. I've been workshopping ways to even get in before I spent like $300 on buying trackers myself.
I was actually thinking about buying a Vive in the future.
Oh, dude, the HTC Vive is honestly, they're pretty good. I hear the index is also pretty good.
It's just like, if I were to, because I don't do VR chat streams.
Yeah.
I just like to enjoy VR chat just for the fun.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is like the first time in like a week I've been in VR chat. But I was like hanging out with King, you, doing stuff with Snarky and his group. That's what I like about VR chat. And just like, sometimes you can just go to a world, just chill and just stay there and just do nothing.
Yeah. It's a really cool experience. It definitely has helped me in a lot of ways just to feel connected, and it's insane. I definitely also
I wish I could get high again. I would definitely probably not leave a VR chat world.
Can you not get high? Is that against the rules when you're a teacher?
Yeah, we can get drug tested.
Oh,
usually, and
surprise drug test.
Yeah, I can handle it.
I do. I think as I mentioned with the trackers and stuff, after, like, I saw Lucif, I think that's his name, correct? I saw Lucif. Yeah. I saw, I think, Bardic. I saw a bunch of people creating these awesome shorts, these awesome videos.
I love those.
Right? In VR chat, puppeteering, acting, voice acting, and I'm just like, I want to do that.
I love that. I love what he does.
Yeah.
Lucif is probably the first person I've actually like seen TikToks outright.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to do that. And Woofles does that.
Yeah,
He does
Woofles
that
does
with
that.
VRChat. Woofles is actually probably giving me the idea to do some YouTube stuff.
No, I've definitely have begun watching a lot of VRchat YouTubers, Coda, Woofles.
Oh, Coda is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do more VRChat stuff, but I don't want to do stuff on Twitch.
Yeah. No, Twitch is very difficult to do VRchat stuff on. That's for sure.
Not entirely. Lucif does it. It's just like when I did my VRChat for the first time with like King and a few other people,
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of people who just like I got pressured by people because I wasn't responding to their chats. I'm like,
Yeah.
but I'm in this and I have to like flip my wrist to see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it wasn't even just that. I have to do this. I have to do this. And you look at my freaking hands.
Yeah.
They're like freaking fly swatters. Look at these freaking fly swatters. It's like, how do they even function? That's why my Sona has normal hands.
Yeah. Normal paws.
They look like sausages. But yeah, I would love to do that though.
Yeah. I think you could definitely do. I think you could pull it off. Your voice, your expressions, your gestures. I think it can all work with VR really well. I guess my last question for today would be, since you're doing Twitch, is there ever a possibility that you will move to YouTube or any other platform and create content there?
I was planning to probably make a YouTube content too.
Mm-hmm.
I've been considering it because of Woofles.
Mm-hmm.
And Woofles is encouraging me to try it too, but I kind of want to focus more on my Twitch channel more.
Yeah.
And then slowly move on to something else. I mean, I'm kind of old to do TikTok. Too old for TikTok.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone's old to do anything.
I'm 37. I don't want to be that old lady who talks about the men that slay in peace.
Do you want me to censor the number?
It's fine. Everyone knows my age now. I held it off for a year.
Yeah.
The only people that knew my age before my birthday was you and King.
Yep. Honestly, I find it really, really interesting how we actually live very close to each other. We live, I think,
Oh my god, yeah.
an hour
Yeah, we
away.
live really close. Probably less than that actually, because you live not too far from my roommate's dad.
No, yeah.
Like, I pretty much can probably tell you, I play Pokemon Go not too far from where you live. There's a regional park not too far from you, and I play there all the time. That's where I caught some really good perfect Pokemon.
Oh, maybe I should get back into Pokemon Go. Maybe I'll see you around. What team did you
But
join?
yeah, Instinct.
Damn.
Don't me, it's Zapdos.
I got Articuno, Team Mystic.
Ew, gross.
I like my blues.
Gross. And you would assume I would have gone for the Valor ones. No, the Valor ones are all full of buttheads.
Oh yeah. No. At least we can agree there.
Like every Valor person I've met has had their head way up their butt.
Oh yeah. You'd think it'd be the blue ones, but no.
No, I'm Instinct. In my city, I used to go and just piss everyone off.
Yeah.
And I would go in the middle of the night on my runs, and I will run to every gym, turn it all Instinct, then jump on my friend's account, and then go back to all those gyms on my way back home, and make and add an extra gym in there, an extra Pokemon in there from his team because he was Instinct as well. Because I have my friends' accounts on different instances on my
Oh
phone.
wow. Well, back to, I guess, the YouTube. Since you do Twitch streams, would you ever plan to do an archive YouTube channel at least?
I have every video from December on, and I have my first video that recorded, which is my second video, and my second art stream.
Yeah.
I have both of those videos available. So I don't want to show all my old stuff. Some of it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Because I am cringe. I mean,
no, live in the cringe, you know.
We are in this fandom. We are all inherently cringe. But yeah, there's some I might actually post up. I do have some clips that I like that I might upload. The one where I'm hiccuping is still one of my favorite ones right now.
Yeah.
I was not. I should have muted that one.
No, I think it'd be funny.
And then Lunar came in with another thing that I made a sound on, and he started making jokes about it. He's like, "You did not make that noise." The noise I made was a sound.
Aw, that's so cute.
Cute.
I think you're pretty cute.
Thank you for watching the video. Unfortunately, this is where we're going to have to say goodbye. But it won't be for long. I'll be releasing the rest of the videos periodically, with a few smaller videos in between, so I don't burn you guys out with long-form content. In the meantime, if you like what I do, you're more than welcome to stick around. I do intend to keep making videos like these. They're taking me a long time because I am just one person, but nonetheless, I like learning how to edit these videos. I like talking to people, and I like sharing parts of myself through these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.